Hey, Dr. Jamerson here again. Cheers! Happy New Year's. This is probably the cheesiest you'll ever see me get, but I love New Year's. I get really excited about the opportunity to start over, to hit the reset button, and I want to encourage you to do the same. Now, there are many times in our lives where we can think about points of reflection. We may choose our birthday, we may choose New Year's, but what's particularly exciting about this year is that we're also turning a decade. And so there's a whole culture of people that are also setting intentions of changes they'd like to make, and I encourage you to join them. But I do want to challenge you to shift the way you think about how you make those goals that you want to reach. And I want to encourage you to provide some amount of structure, but also some flexibility within that structure that allows you to succeed without judging yourself to have failed. So the first thing to think about is how you word that intention. You don't want to set something up like, I'm going to exercise every day for the next 365 days. That just really doesn't make a whole lot of sense, and it's not likely. You could get sick, you might be traveling, you might have work, something could come up with a family member, so that's just not realistic. Set up something realistic that you can achieve. And I challenge people to use the language, by this time next year, I will be someone who does whatever your stated intention is. So let's say about that exercise goal. By this time next year, I will be someone who exercises regularly. And if at the end of the year you find that you've exercised 200 times in a 365-day period, I think we can all agree that that would be a significant achievement. So start off small, ease yourself into it, and don't set anything rigid and inflexible, such as I'm never going to go through a drive-through in the next decade or in the next year. That's just not realistic, and it's not likely to happen. And honestly, is it reasonable? Do you need to do that? So that way, if in fact you make it 2.5 months and you find yourself in a fast food restaurant in March because you're on the road, or there's some other reason that you just needed to make a quick stop and eating was more important to sustain yourself, then you haven't failed anything. If you get to the end of the year and realize you've only visited fast food restaurant 10 times in a 365-day period, again, a significant achievement. So I want to encourage everybody to set some goals, some intentions, a mindset, a lifestyle change. And it can really make a difference in who you want to be going forward. And you may set a several part goal, such as this year I'm going to work on not telling myself no so much. And then maybe next year you work on saying, you know what, why not? Let's make a case for saying no. And then maybe the year after that is your year of yes, where you find a way to do whatever it is that your heart desires. So that's my challenge to you. But for the first thing, enjoy yourself. Cheers. Happy New Year's.